All right, so I'm sitting with my friend Dan, and Dan asked, "What did you ask? How am I?
How are you doing?
Yeah, how am I doing?" He's asking a good question. In the past, I had a lot of trouble answering that question because I had like a misidentification crisis going on Anyway, so he's basically asking, what have I been up to, and am I doing okay? And I mean, you know why I'm in the hotel.
Yeah.
Why am I in the hotel?
Well, because you don't have any place to stay. So.
Right. So the history of that is on my Facebook page at rene4pm.com. Now, the other thing Dan understands is that I'm actually working a legal argument to help the laws become more consistent.
Oh.
Do you remember that part?
Time is consistent or something?
Okay, well, in layman's terms, that I'm basically the Antichrist.
Oh.
Do you remember that part?
No, I try not to.
Okay, but it's in the back of his head maybe, so the awareness is there. So I just basically told that to the Roman Catholic Church by email. Yeah, so and I posted the email at rene4pm.com there in the post, and it's the 12th of June 2024. And that basically summarizes everything there that has happened. But so to Dan, then the church doesn't really have a choice, but I mean, like, it's their choice. So
they're coming after you, or are you going after them?
Well, I don't have any money, and they legally committed crime at their homeless shelter, which caused me not to be able to stay there any longer. So it's kind of like the shit's on their shoulders. Like, it's on their shoulders. And the email explains that. And
did you get your things?
No, but they're emailing me about it, but they're not telling me if anything was lost. And because I didn't have the chance to go back there to double check any of it, and I did call, and they weren't interested in talking about it. So I'm waiting on that one. I'm waiting on the list either. I'm waiting on the list from them to confirm my belongings before I am even willing to consider that they're trying to be transparent and honest about this. Because right now I got nothing on. So that's, I guess, to the Vatecan.
Vatican? No, it's got to be...
No, sorry. Archdiocese of Vancouver is the legal owner of the men's charities hostel there behind the St. Paul Hospital at 1056 Comox.
I wouldn't send you to Vatecan House. It's a Christian.
Anyway,
it's Catholic too.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I'm also because I'm sending this message publicly, and I'm basically publicly stating that I represent their God because they kicked me out of their church, according to their rules. So. And I'm not saying that I am God or that I am everybody's God, because everybody has a personal idea of God. I'm simply pointing out that the Catholic Church is actually committing crime, like a really serious crime. And, I mean, okay. So today the police were on the floor of the hotel room where I'm staying, and it caused me, like, so much fear. I am not kidding you. I was going out to buy 2 mango juices because I have a really clammy mouth. And so they're 2 for $4 at City Loblaws, which is just kitty corner from the hotel. And I wanted to give the 2 people downstairs a tip of $20 each because they're really, really nice to help me to keep extending the rooms. I'm having some trouble with my debit card. I don't have a credit card. So when I walked around after I couldn't go to the homeless shelter, I tried 4 different hotels, and all of them said, sorry, without a credit card, or we don't accept cash, sorry, you have to. And in the back of my head I was thinking, well, that's no problem, I can just meet some lady who's got a credit card, give her cash, and use her credit card to get a hotel room. But then they wouldn't talk to me anymore. So I asked the guy if I looked like a homeless person, what's the deal? And he said, no, honestly, we cannot serve you if you don't have a credit card. So by the time that the hotel number 5 came around, and they said, well, we can give you a hotel room, but we're going to charge you top dollar, and it'll be over $500, and we're not including breakfast, I said, thank you. So my money's almost run out. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm basically going to call the police and say, I don't know where my belongings are, and I don't know what to do, and I'm definitely afraid because you guys came by my hotel room door on the 12th of July at around 2 p.m. or whenever it was, 12th of June, 2 p.m. or whenever it was, and you went down to the room at the end of the hall, and it scared me literally shitless, like I was already about to pee myself. So then I left a quick Facebook video, like, oh my God, what do I do? And then I started to tell people, like, oh, the police are here, people that I trust. And then I waited another hour, and then I went down and gave the front staff the $20 tip, and then I went to Loblaws to buy these, and I'm with my friend Dan, and now I'm going to post this to YouTube just to make sure that this story gets out there, because I'm tired of feeling like I gotta hide everywhere, and I don't have any more money to do it. And I'm gonna have,
in
a moment to breathe on this one right now.
In a week time, you'll have some.
So this is to James at the Archdiocese of Vancouver branch of the Roman Catholic worldwide business called Rape the Taxpayers of 10% More Tax. I mean, the Bible doesn't even say that, folks. It doesn't say give 10% of your money to the church. It really doesn't. If you read it carefully enough, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verses 22 to 28. And it actually says, bring 10% to the city of the Lord's choosing. And it was kind of like the governor of the land. So if like a part of the area had drought, and that part needed more seeds to plant for the corn for the next year, then the governor would say, please support that city, bring your extra crop there. So 10% of your crop, bring to this city. We will have a fall festival there. You can sit down and have dinner with me, your host, but definitely bring your grain there and buy other stuff with it. I mean, you're not giving it away, just trade it there in that city, because they need the seeds for the upcoming year. And somehow the church translated that into, you owe us 10% of your money as a tax to God. And if that wasn't enough, there's another church that kicked this whole story off, and they were trying to say, listen, we understand it's a financial crisis. It's okay that you can't give 10%. Just give us what you can give, and we'll plead absolution in your name to God. And at that point, it's criminal fraud. And the name of that workshop was the Good Sense Budget Workshop. It was used by the Mormon Community of Christ at the Grove Park home on the 21st of April 2012 from the hours of, and it was an 8-hour workshop in their round room outside. And they were my college students that were being deceived. And so when the minister wouldn't take me off his mailing list, that's when I decided to email him my own advertisement campaign to build a global university to graduate official teachers of the book A Course in Miracles, which by the way is copyright free, so I can take the whole book, in its own city, in its own country, and then figure out a legal way to do that. And then the psychiatrist said, oh my God, that means you're going to be king of Canada. And I said, well, yeah, it does, but here's how we do that. And the psychiatrist said, no. To me, it sounds like you're saying you are God. I said, no. I'm definitely working with God, our God, but I am not God. Okay, but King of Canada, that's a real one. So here's how we do that. We make you into an walking advertising machine in order to become Prime Minister of Canada. Then to all of the candidates, you will say, wow, that's such a good idea to help Canada. Tell you what, you nominate me to the King or Queen of England as the Governor General of Canada, and I'll support you 100% in this Prime Minister of Canada election. And if I say that to all the candidates, then I have the legal backing of all of the candidates to become Canada's first elected legal king, because that is the official position of the Governor General. And the psychiatrists were like, yeah, no, that's not possible. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's definitely happening. So, dear Roman Catholic Church, the choice right now is yours, James, at the Archdiocese of Vancouver. I'm very much committed. Yes, my friend, and the email to that is in the description of this video on YouTube, which I'll post just shortly at my friend's apartment. Have a good day.